Finally, our last speaker was CeciliaabadieEval, and our evaluators were Phil and Gunnar. Please come on down.
I can give one free. Go ahead. All right, Cecilia, I thought it was a good concept. I liked your opening. It was pretty succinct. I can't say the word right. But I actually would like to have been a little bit longer, a little bit more. Draw me in with what it was about, what you were pitching to us. I thought that your hand activity was good. The way you were motioning, you were interacting with us and talking to us with your hands, and you were also really good eye contact. I noticed that you were going around the room and you were actually making eye contact with different people, which I thought was really good. And when you connected with me, it drew me in. I think that you had good voice reflection throughout. The only thing is, I think that you did use a lot of voice reflection and pitches, but you stayed within a certain realm. And I think that sometimes you want to go above, or you know what I mean, you get a little bit out of that little comfort zone that you have. And then the only other thing that I can think that you just have to work on, just because of your accent, and it's just one of the things you got to deal with, is speaking clear, and I think really slowing down will help. Because there was times I was concentrating on what you were saying and not hearing what you were saying. You know what I'm saying? Because I was trying to figure it out. But that's just something you're going to battle with. But I thought it was a good speech, pretty much.
Thank you.
A pause allows us to reflect on what you just said and get us ready for what you're going to say. It gives us a break. You've got something coming about tracking habits. Is that right? Okay. And you gave us some details on it. You showed us some little things on your iPad or whatever the thing is there. That phone. You're developing some what do you call them? Apps. Okay. Let me give you a little format thing. Okay? And many of us have this problem. We start out the talk, and we kind of give the first thing. Maybe we'll give a headline, but then we'll drop right into the table of contents, and the table of contents will get us the audience. And, oh man, I don't know. You're going to get off track. But once you get past the table of contents, you get into something, you start really getting into it. And you get some excitement into it. So what I want to suggest, take a look at your video, follow it on down, maybe 150, 200 words into it, maybe 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes into it. And at that point where you can start getting exciting, bring that whole bunch right up at the beginning. And I'll call it the situation or a case study. How many have heard or watched, what was it? The Criminal Minds. What's the first thing that you see on Criminal Minds? You see the problem. You see the problem. And then they develop how they went about solving the problem with their products. So you get the format there? So go ahead and do what you've been doing about writing a speech. Put the table of contents in there, and end it about right after, maybe a minute or so, 1.5, 2 minutes into it, where you're really starting to get into how this thing's going to work, what it's going to do. Bring that right up front. Have that situation or that case study of what your product will do for somebody. Okay? That's it.